Today's video is all about the macroeconomic situation at hand, guys. Because Jerome Powell, and there was a special meeting that was held today, and basically they told us what's upcoming, guys, right? Today we're about to expose the timeline, so to speak. Now, first things first, just in a whopping $1.5 million worth of XRP was scooped up in an instant 10 minutes ago, right? This happened yesterday, and supposedly looks like a major pump is on the horizon. Or is the opposite going to occur? Because check this out, this person market bought, right? He just bought, he didn't care, guys, as you guys can see. That's why there are wicks right here, two of them, by the way, and it immediately dumped back down, right? This tells us that XRP isn't ready, right? Most definitely not. And they're suppressing the hell out of it as well. Not to mention, this means XRP is following what? Bitcoin, don't we see, right? Wicks are not good, guys, because that means there's a lot of selling pressure. And that means the bots are in control, right? This is how we know price suppression is occurring as we speak, guys, right? It's all run on algorithms. Check this out, though. This may foreshadow what's upcoming with XRP, specifically with XRP. And if XRP is correlated with Bitcoin, that means as well as Bitcoin. Check this out. Breaking from today. Big XRP holder moves 29 million tokens to Bitstamp, right? So supposedly a whale moved 29 million XRP to an exchange, Bitstamp. What does that mean? Damn, sell the news, right? Cashing out. Again, so possibly this means what? A dump could be on the horizon, right? And this may tie in with Jerome Powell's speech today. Let us talk about it. Just in, JP Morgan says the recent sell-off in Bitcoin and crypto is likely near an end. It sure is, right? But first, we may have to see one more dump occur, right? To lower lows, I don't think so, guys, but I do believe maybe another dump is on the horizon. This is why I may even short the market here soon. But let me explain, and you have to pay attention very carefully to understand the full timeline. Now, here we go from what you grew. Just in, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says inflation is still too high and warns more interest rate hikes are coming. So remember, this person right here, literally Jerome Powell, dictates and moves the markets, right? He can move the market up or down by the way he just talks, right? So, and then people are saying, oh snap, right? So BRIC says the heck with the dollar, while the United States Federal Reserve says they need to break more stuff to fix inflation, which won't work as soon as more money is printed, right? So we're living in an upside down world as we speak, right? Now people are pissed at Jerome Powell. He's a fraud, right? Of course he does. He loves raising rates. Bidenomics, right? So what's really the game plan here? Let me explain. This is just my opinion, guys, right? Obviously anything can occur, but this is what I foresee may happen. First things first, we have to listen to him talk. Now, United States Federal Reserve is, quote, prepared to raise rates further, end quote, as inflation is still too high. So when they raise rates, it's definitely bad for the markets, right? For the cryptocurrency market, for the commodities such as the stock market, guys, it's not good. This tells us that possibly another dump is on the horizon. So let us hear him speak, and then we're going to explain in further detail what this all means. Does the market top in 2024 or 2025? It seems like 2025 is the year that the collapse may honestly occur. Check this out.
It is the Fed's job to bring inflation down to our 2% goal, and we will do so. We have tightened policy significantly over the past year. Although inflation has moved down from its peak, a welcome development, it remains too high. We are prepared to raise rates further if appropriate and intend to hold policy at a restrictive level until we are confident that inflation is moving sustainably down toward our objective.
Again, even if they move it to down to 2%, guys, I mean, inflation is still going to be here, right? Because after the 2% target is accomplished or completed, they're just going to keep printing more, right? Add more liquidity, because maybe a black swan is on the horizon, such as the September Charles Schwab implosion or bank failure, guys, right? Which means they have to come in and save the day again. Some person, a billionaire CEO at a hedge fund, stated that usually the first inflation rise is not as bad as the second time, right? So the first, there's a double wave. The first one, it comes back down, which we're seeing right now, inflation coming back down, and the next one is going to be what? Hyperinflation. Could it match up, guys? Continue.
We are attentive to signs that the economy may not be cooling as expected. So far this year, GDP growth has come in above expectations and above its longer run trend, and recent readings on consumer spending have been especially robust. In addition, after decelerating sharply over the past 18 months, the housing sector is showing signs of picking back up. Additional evidence of persistently above trend growth could put further progress on inflation at risk and could warrant further tightening of monetary policy.
So basically what they're telling us is that they're setting the stage up for the implosion of everything, guys. Okay? Now, here we have cracked the code. Breaking odds of a 25 basis point rate hike in September more than double to 21.5% after Powell's speech. Odds of an additional rate hike this year just hit a 2-month high of 52.1%. Rate cuts are now not expected to begin until June 2024. That's all, guys. That's all we needed to know. This statistic tells us that the chances of a collapse happening in 2024 is less likely than it's happening in 2025. 2025 seems to be the year where or when it all takes place. The Fed wants 2% inflation and will do whatever it takes to get there. The roller coaster ride continues. So supposedly they are really targeting this 2% outcome, guys, right? For inflation to get back to 2%. So they're obviously probably about to raise hikes or raise rates again this year, guys, right? Which tells us that it's going to put downward pressure on the markets, which tells us that we'll probably see another dump occur on the horizon within the next couple of months, guys, right? This is why I wanted to short, or I'm probably going to get my shorts ready. But first I need to see a small pump up, right? So what's the game plan here? The game plan is quite clear, guys. If we see a dump occur this year, the markets will not top in 2024, but instead in 2025, I believe so, right? If we see a dump, it's going to add an extra year or so of delay. So what they're trying to do is delay, guys, delay the markets, right? Kick the can down the road for another year, and then we'll see the collapse occur. That's just my opinion, though. Goldman, Chair Powell's speech noted that the FOMC will proceed carefully. We continue to expect that the FOMC will ultimately decide that further policy tightening is unnecessary, making the hike at the July FOMC meeting the last of the cycle. Now, if this is the case, then it's going to be very good for the markets, right? But it seems as Jerome Powell was adamant, guys, right, about this 2% target. Bring down inflation back. Bring inflation down again. Now, I don't see the collapse happening right now, though, right? A lot of people may, but we still have to reach or create new all-time highs for the stock market and the cryptocurrency markets, which means it's one final last hurrah, right? Then the musical chairs will definitely stop, guys, right? So I'm not worried about us collapsing, but I think in 2025 is the year, right? A delay mechanism. So basically what I'm talking about is this right here, guys. We're going to be talking about the DXY here soon. Pay very close attention. And the DXY is the one we should watch out for, not the stock market or the cryptocurrency market. It's the DXY that tells everything. Okay, I believe we have to have so basically so this is short term, probably a small pump up, then all the way back down, right? And then we pump to 2025, and then the collapse occurs. That's what I think will occur, guys, right? But who knows at the end? Anything can occur or happen. Fed chair warns more interest rate hikes are coming, right? Looking not good for the markets. Now, he basically stated that would be needed to continue to combat inflation that remains too high, right? Now, he noted that inflation is still above a comfortable level, and that the Federal Reserve was prepared to raise rates further as the fight continued, right? So it's quite simple what's really happening, guys. And these are just my thoughts of what's really the game plan, okay? This is the DXY. I was showing this chart back on like last year, end of last year, when I was talking about it on my second channel, right, Cryptox, which I stopped talking or stopped creating videos on there, guys. So this is what I believe will occur, okay? I think what's going to happen is we're going to pump to 106 or 109, right? I always had a target of 109. 109 doesn't seem too far, guys. Which if the DXY market or the dollar pumps, cryptocurrencies dump, right? There's an inverse correlation. After we see the target, right, hit, what's going to happen is we're going to dump all the way down to either 94 or 85, right? It's either or, guys. That's the bottom of the DXY, and that's when the collapse occurs. As soon as I think when it hits that price, the dollar does. So let me bring out the indicator, guys. Okay, don't mind the lines, by the way. I'll just this was from a long time ago. All these lines were from last year, a long time ago. So don't worry about them too much. Now, let me explain how we literally called the top for the DXY, guys. Right. We actually called it up here that it was going to top out because there was a huge bearish divergence on the 2 weeks. Look at this. The wave was making lows, right, than the previous high, but the price action was making higher highs, as you guys can see, which means there's a divergence that was being formed back then, right? And then a collapse or a dumped. It will dump, not collapse. A collapse will be horrendous, right? But very good for the markets. Now, look what's happening. So that there was a bearish divergence being formed then. What about now? On the weekly, a bullish divergence is being formed. Price going lower and lower and lower, but the wave is going higher and higher and higher. That tells us that the dollar will probably have a rampage up to 109, right? That was my target from literally last year. Now, the VWAP right here, guys, it's already high. It's already at a 17. So what I foresee is that DXY is probably going to dump here, right? The market, the Bitcoin XRP will pump. That's when I will cash out from my trades, right? From my small trading bag, and then the DXY will have a rampage up to 109, probably, or 106 minimum, right? That's when the Black Swan event could take place in September or October, guys, right? If this is the case, that means the markets will probably top out on or in 2025, right? But if the DXY dumps right now, markets top in 2024. So the game plan is quite clear of what I think will occur. Now, markets soar higher as investors digest Powell's message, right? But there's going to be a dump occur because if they keep raising, then you guys know it's quite clear. Not to mention, ECB President Lagarde even stated that they'll keep interest rates high for as long as necessary, right? So there you guys go. Now, I don't believe XRP will literally dump to 8 cents, guys, from this chart. I think it's going to dump maybe to like, let me see here, to like 30, higher 30 cents, guys. I don't think we're going to make a lower low from our previous low, from our bottom at 28 cents. That's just my opinion, but we'll have to wait and see to see what occurs. So it seems like the timeline is clear, guys. Short term, very, there's going to be a roller coaster, but we should pump to 24, 25, and then the collapse occurs. Probably, who knows though at the end. Not many ways. But anyways, that's what you guys amazing. See ya. There we go. Wow.